Joining me now is David Hawkins. He's the editor of The Fulcrum. It's a publication that focuses on issues of democracy, places where democracy may be broken a little bit. It's been an issue in 2020. These candidates are talking about it. What are some of the big issues looking at this campaign?
So there are a lot of issues, and campaign finance, access to elections, ranked choice voting, ethics, civic education, and a new one sort of that's gaining momentum is this notion that the electoral college should actually be closed. This is something that some Democrats are talking about. Not a lot of Republicans are talking about it because, as you alluded to a minute ago, the last couple of times that a president has won in the electoral college after losing the popular vote, they were both Republicans. This sort of works for the Republicans. Actually now 15 states, Oregon the most recently, have actually changed their system or promised to change their system. They have promised to commit all of their electoral votes to the national popular vote winner, but only once enough states have done so to create a majority in the electoral college. In other words, it's a compact that doesn't take effect unless a big block of states have done it. They've all been blue states. Got to have some red states that will be willing to go along with this.
Sure. A number of Democratic candidates have been talking about this. But when we look at Congress, they're facing a slew of their own issues. What are some of the big ethical democratic issues that are going on in Capitol Hill?
Right. So I think the general consensus is Congress is broken. One of the things we're looking at is how one of the ways in which most people think Congress works actually kind of has a dark side. How does it work is that it's a pretty open institution. Everything the House does is on TV, the Senate does is on TV, most committee hearings are on TV. It's actually a pretty transparent place. The records are pretty wide open, but there's a dark side to all that sunshine, which is that more and more politicians we're seeing are making these histrionic speeches in front of those taxpayer-funded cameras, and they're using it to raise those speeches to raise the kind of big dollars that the system really doesn't support, or at least many people, advocates of the campaign finance system, say we shouldn't have these kind of big dollars and that we shouldn't allow the TV cameras to be supporting the raising of that money.
So that's one of the solutions, is just turn off the cameras? Don't let us see any of the hearings or any of the floor speeches?
Nobody's really advocating that, but what they are saying is maybe members of Congress should find more time to actually meet in private and talk about the issues off camera, because those cameras tend to breed histrionics, polarization, partisanship, the kind of things that make the system broken.
Well, tons of interesting stuff on your websites, things that aren't necessarily getting talked about otherwise. You can check out all those stories on thefulcrum.us.